Well, good evening, everybody. Josh here with Josh's Lawn and Landscape. Welcome back once again. I want to give one more shout out to everybody who has subscribed to the channel. Thank all of y'all for getting the channel to 500 subscribers. I believe I'm at 504, so I've gotten a few since hitting 500. Thank y'all, each and every one of you. I'm going to try to go back some of the most recent ones and make a list of the ones I've got notifications for, so I can give some specific shout outs. I know some people have their channels private or their accounts private, so that doesn't pop up when they subscribe, but thank y'all as well. And yeah, it's just been a couple of rainy days, so I haven't done any mowing, but tomorrow is supposed to be nice, about between 75 and 80, light breeze, sunny, so it's gonna be perfect. As y'all can see, I'm in a shop. Gonna do a little bit of mower maintenance, so I'm gonna get the camera turned around here in just a second and show you what's going on. Nothing spectacular, but just a little care time for the machine. So if you haven't yet, hit that subscribe button, leave me a thumbs up, and be right back. Alright, well, as you can see, got the Toro here, oil and filter, we'll get back to that, and got Uncle John here, as one of my customers calls it, the John Deere Z920M. And as you can see here, I got my tools, the oil filter, fixing to drain the oil in this one. First off, got the Toro, which has the Kawasaki FR series engine, 730. I run the Kawasaki 10W40. Some people will run the 2050, but I like the 1040, so when I run in this one. And so you got my filter here, and I went by the local dealer and told him which engine I had, and this is the filter they gave me. So long story short, it's the wrong one. This is the smaller filter. Sorry, I'm doing this one-handed holding my camera, but you can see this filter, and I'll see if I can get a shot of it versus the other one, and you can tell it's noticeably smaller there, if you can tell. So, sorry, I'm holding the flashlight with a mouse. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to leave this here, and either tomorrow sometime or the next day I'm going to get the correct, just take this back and exchange it, get the correct filter. So that one will be sitting for a day or so, but the next day or two I'm going to be mowing solo. So I'm going to go with Uncle John, as my customer calls it, like I said. Get Uncle John's oil changed here, and show you what we do here. So got just the standard, little glitch there. I'll see if I can double check the footage, but back here with the Deere, I've always run the John Deere Turf Guard 10W30. So that's standard oil. I've run it forever in this machine. Nothing else has been put in it, and I have had no issues of any kind with it. So also run the John Deere filter. You see the part number there, AM125424. And so got my filter wrench here, 1/4 inch drive ratchet with the 10mm socket. That is for the oil plug right here. So I'll take the plug loose, let it start draining here in just a second. And whenever you pull that plug, always remember to loosen your cap. And what that does is it takes the vacuum off of, I say vacuum, or suction off of the system, just allows it airflow, and it will allow it to drain quicker. So that's pretty much what it amounts to here. I'm a few hours behind. Normally I try to do it every 50, but I'm about 7 hours behind this time. Kind of snuck up on me, and I was in the middle of a lot of mowing this past weekend. So same thing with the Toro, but no biggie. We're gonna get it changed and see if maybe we can get some footage or just a simple closeout. So stick around. Alright, so what I'm going to do is now I'm just try to get the filter off and replace it. And I'll cover one little thing here I had a comment about on a previous video where I did this. But I want to go over that real quick once I get the filter off. So got my filter wrench here, strap wrench. So let's get this off. It's kind of a tight squeeze in here, so you got to take some time to work the filter wrench on. It's kind of that would be my one drawback to this mower would be the mild aggravation. Sometimes this thing comes right off, and sometimes I guess I put it on a little tight. Maybe I need to quit eating the Wheaties before I put these things on here. I don't know. There we go. Loosened up there. See if I can get it hand off now. There it is. Alright. Hang on. Alright. I'm going to ask an opinion on this as well. I don't know if y'all do the same thing. Hold on. Get some paper towels here to clean up the area there once I get it taken care of and drained. So on, my question is on your filter. When you put your new filter on, which I always do this, but somebody made a comment about it the other day, and makes a good point, but I've never had an issue with it. Is he made a point to use your new oil rather than the old oil to lubricate your seal when you replace your filter. Is that something that y'all do, that y'all make note of, or y'all like me? I've always used the old oil and just gotten just enough to moisten up the seal so that it seals good. Never had a problem. So let me know what y'all do about that. Do y'all use new oil? Do y'all use the old oil? And what's y'all's thoughts? So no big deal. It is a good point. It makes perfect sense. You've got obviously cleaner oil with it being brand new, but I think as long as you're not dabbing your finger in somewhere where there maybe is a bunch of dirt or debris and getting some of that on your seal. If you can get it running straight out of the engine, should be reasonably clean, and I think it'll work just as good, so, or it has for me. So let me know what y'all think about that. Yeah. Some right there coming out. Try not to. Right there, got it all oiled up there, so get a good seal on it. And actually, one thing I do remember, I want to make it because it's easier to do, is I'll wipe this little drain lip out here. Almost forgot to do that, but I'll go ahead and clean that up before I put the filter back on it, and then line your filter up, and then just get it started back on there. And once it gets snugged up, get it about hand tight, and get the filter wrench. And about half or 3/4 turn there, maybe a little bit more. There we go. That's pretty much it. Got that done. Check and make sure, sorry I put my big head in the way. Check that the tube is draining well, and this little, on these they have a, I call it a drain pan, but a drain shelf, not only under the filter, but if you see right there where that tube goes down, you see it's recessed right there to allow the oil to drain down through there when it comes off the filter. So I don't think I've mentioned that before, but that's a good feature I think that John Deere has on theirs. So when you do pull that filter off, the oil can run right off of this shelf down into this indentation recess, run right through the hole by the tube and down into your drain pan. So that's pretty much it. Got it still draining a little bit. I'll let it drain for a few more minutes. This is a 2-quart oil change, again with a Turf Guard 1030, and yep, nothing spectacular. 2 quarts of oil, fresh filter. Let's see, always loosen, or you can remove that out like I do. Sometimes it's easier to get the filter wrench in there with it removed. Remove the dipstick there, and not much more to go over here. Let me know what y'all think about the lubricating the O-ring on the filter. Just had a comment about that, and the gentleman made a good point about using the new oil. So let me know what y'all think, and I'm going to try to get this wrapped up and maybe get some more footage of a few other things. So stick around. Alright y'all, hope you enjoyed just a simple little maintenance video, oil change on the John Deere. And let me know your thoughts on the filter O-ring lubrication question or statement that the one subscriber pointed out. Like I said, I think it's a reasonable point. So I think you could just do it either way. I've just always used some of the residual of the old oil, never had an issue, so just me, to each his own. But a couple things happens with the filter on the Toro, so it is what it is. I'll probably see if maybe I can get my father-in-law while I'm at regular work tomorrow, my day job, to possibly just run up to the local dealer there and swap it out, and then there's a price difference. I just reimburse them for that. But question on just thoughts on some equipment stuff. I got everything loaded up. Let's say taking the deer with me. I'm gonna be mowing solo, so taking it with me. I've got the edger, both the 94Rs, the BR 600, and fuel cans. Everything's loaded up, so I've got all that ready to go. But I know last year I purchased the Honda there, the HRN 216 self-propelled mower that I purchased for a customer who had a pool area that I mowed. Every time I went, I had to push mow majority of it. Occasionally I do a little bit with the zero turn in an open area, but she typically would have it push mode, especially when the pool was clean and ready to go. So, and that was because the Husqvarna had previously quit working and couldn't get it running, so I just decided to upgrade to the Honda. Now I do not have that property anymore. The lady had some medical issues and some other things. The property's being sold. I haven't heard anything from the attorney or real estate person about keeping it up. I actually haven't been back to that property in since probably April sometime, maybe 1st of May, probably sometime in April though, 1st of April. And so my question is, seeing as now the Husqvarna is running, and I've used it a number of times this year, it's working good, running good. My father-in-law worked on it. I can't remember what he said he did a little bit, but we changed the oil in it, changed the spark plug, changed the air filter in it, and put some fresh gas in there. And one day it just decided to start running. So I don't know, but I say all of that, rambling on as I typically do, to ask the question is, what would y'all do with the Honda? Would y'all keep it and just have 2 push mowers? Obviously one could be a backup, but I don't have any yards that I have to push mow now. Or would you try to sell it and just keep the Husqvarna? What would you do? I'm kind of thinking, I'm a little in the middle, but leaning more towards keeping it, just because at any moment, you know, obviously I could pick up a yard where maybe it requires some push mowing, and I'd have a very reliable newer mower. I can take it out and run it a couple of passes in a small area every now and again in the yard, just to keep some run time on it, not just let it sit. So yeah, I'm cutting that off. Just let me know what y'all think about that, and also the situation with the O-ring lubrication on the filter. So again, appreciate it. Thank y'all for taking time to watch. If you haven't yet, hit that subscribe button. Leave me a comment, I guess, on the questions. Let me know what y'all think, and like the video. Appreciate everybody once again who has subscribed to the channel. Thank y'all. Never would have thought I'd made it to 500, but I'm there, and it's been fun. Met some great people. Had some interesting comments along the way, and things. Some stuff I've changed to try to do better. And again, always open to criticism or advice either way. Never know when you might learn something. So thank y'all. Y'all be safe, be kind, be blessed, and catch you on the next one. Thanks everybody.